Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but if they can pitch like they can, I think this team is going to be pretty successful.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. So that'll bring in Mookie Betts. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for Boston, the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And the first pitch of the ball game is taken for a called strike one, and a new season of baseball is underway. A swing and a miss. Two quick strikes to start his afternoon. Betts, a native of Tennessee. He was a fifth-round pick back in 2011.
I know a lot of people weren't sure what this guy was going to become, but he has blossomed into one of the superstars in the game.
And a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove. Throw into second, not in time, and he's in there with a double. So that'll go down as an E4, as he certainly had his problems that time at second base.
Andrew Benintendi.
Runner at second now as a result of the error, and standing in the outfielder, Andrew Benintendi. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And there are our umpires for this one. Working the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion, but sometimes has a tendency to fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
Looked like the forkball that time as he swung through it for out number one. And with strike three recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, Matt, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
He's set, and the pitch. J.D. Martinez comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes now to the Red Sox left fielder.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the 3-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
The 2-0 on the way. Sliced hard on the ground. Oh, and he can't come up with it. Throw gets him 2 down. And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Well, Matty, if I could tell this lineup one thing, it would be let's get on this guy early. Day game, In this ballpark, the sun starts glaring, starts getting later in the day. Those shadows start creeping in right around the time that bullpen starts getting warmed up. Got to find a way to scratch a few across early.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Center fielder giving chase. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. One left for the Red Sox. Nothing in the Red Sox half of the first. The Blue Jays coming to bat on MLB Network. Ready now, Kevin Stewart. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For Toronto, the center fielder, Kevin Stewart.
Sales ready. Here it comes. To right field and deep. Look at this thing go. Gone! So that's his first home run in the big leagues, and it's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Matt. People ask him 50 years from now who he hit it off of and what stadium he was playing in, and he'll remember it all. Heck, he'll probably remember what kind of pitch it was, too. Hopefully he can get the ball back so that can go in his trophy case forever.
In now, Aiden Pierce.
Number 19.
Will swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. Base is empty here with nobody out. And he just ramps up and gears the fastball by him. 0-2.
Hey, watch out. This hitter's got one thing on his mind.
Hard hit ball to second. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. With that, let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, they got to love the production they're getting out of the leadoff spot right now. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
So striding in, John Tanner. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Hot shot down the line. And he goes to a knee to try to knock it down, but it's by him down the line. And he will get in there with his first big league hit, a double. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. John Tanner has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Into the box, Simon Pearson. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. Tanner, the runner at second with 1 away. Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. Gone! So a 2-run shot to left center. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Jays have moved out in front 3-0. box now, Max Payne. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike one. Three runs already home here. Now this ball's hit out to deep left center. Center fielder going back. That one's out of here. Back-to-back home runs. So a solo shot here to left center field. First home run of the campaign for him as the Blue Jays have opened it up further now, 4-0. To the plate now, Bill Williamson.
She'll
go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. The windup and the 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Benintendi. 2 gone. So digging in now, Kevin Nash, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now the pitch. Way late on the fastball for strike one.
He definitely doesn't look himself to start this one, and this lineup needs to be on the attack early and be aggressive and find a way to stay in this game.
Into center field, line drive, base hit. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Kevin Nash has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Stepping in now, Steve Austin. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. Now the Red Sox skipper's up out of the dugout and on his way toward the mound. And he's going to make a change, as that'll be all for his starter, Chris Sale. So, boy, that ERA is going to take a bit of a tumble here as he gets cuffed around pretty good and winds up not being able to survive the first. Marcus Walden comes on to work much earlier than anticipated, obviously, as he'll try and right the ship in the very first inning.
Marcus Walden.
So now to the plate, Trevor Phillips.
As he swings and grounds it toward the hole.
And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And there's probably no happier person in the ballpark. Trevor Phillips has just collected his first hit in the big leagues. And as is customary, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
In now, Kevin Stewart. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll be off the wall in right center. Phillips rounds the corner and is headed home. He will score as the lead swells to 7-0.
Wow, we really got to see some elite speed burning around the base paths on that play. He came all the way around to score rather easily, and that top speed on show track makes me think we should start saying he's in scoring position when he's at first base.
Standing in now, Aiden Pierce.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
Stewart at second with 2 down. Popped him up. Bogaerts is there to make the catch, and mercifully the side is finally retired. But not only do they take the lead, they also open it up a bit as 7 men come across to score. We move ahead to the top of the second now. The Jays are out in front, 7-0. Rafael Devers the next to bat. He leads off this half inning in what they hope will be a rebuttal to all those runs they just gave up.
Well, Matt, I think mentally they need to get 1 or 2 of these runs back right here. Just getting on the board after getting socked in the mouth by an opposing team can lift the team up a bit. We'll see if they can string something together.
First delivery to him on the way. Swung on but fouled off to the left. The 0-1 delivery. Hit back up the middle. Reined in. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
That is good. The second baseman.
All right, here's how the home side's lining up defensively. And one of the main backbones for them out on the field today is the guy behind the dish. He controls the entire flow of the game, manipulates a pitching staff, gets them through the game, and not only that, completely shuts down a running game.
And here's Jose Peraza.
He hits it hard on the ground to the left.
In time to first, and there are 2 away. Into the box, Christian Vasquez. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A 1-1 count now to Vasquez. 1-2 to the Red Sox catcher. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Down in order go the Red Sox. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Bottom of the inning now. Ready for another chance? John Tanner. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And let's take a look at outfielder Mookie Betts. You can make the argument he's the most dynamic player in our sport. Don't try and come inside with a fastball because it's getting turned around. But I don't think people realize how good he patrols the outfield. The ability to play all 3 positions with speed and a bazooka for an arm.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. Now at the plate, Max Payne. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. Pitch on the way. Swing and a liner. Foul. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second of the game as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Fans are getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence by just this one lineup alone.
Dan, they're absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this. I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night. But a lot of guys say they see the ball better during the day.
You know what's funny, D-Row, is I prefer
hit high and deep out to left center field. Looking up is Benintendi. Gone! Back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. So a solo shot here to left center field. First home run of the campaign for him as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now. Into the box now, Kevin Nash. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And Benintendi's got it to end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Blue Jays 9 and the Red Sox nothing. So here's Michael Chavis now, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
No balls and 1 strike. In there, strike 2.
I get it. He wants to see this guy's repertoire, but now he's behind in the count. Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
Stays alive, still 0-2. Swing and a miss as he starts the 3rd the same way he ended the 2nd with a punch out, 1 away.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. And what does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Standing in, Josh Ockamy. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Red Sox still looking for their first hit here. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Man, you don't see this in today's game that much. A guy who's willing to work east-west.
Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And that's the second out. Digging in, Mookie Betts. He comes in 0 for 1 on the day thus far after reaching on an error his first time up. Now the pitch.
0-1.
2 out, nobody on. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo home run there for Mookie. First home run of the campaign for him, and they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. 0-2 the count to Benintendi.
The count doesn't mean much to this batter. He's all in. He's not concerned with striking out, so he's going to get his A swing off.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Red Sox able to get one right back on the solo home run. We played 2.5. It's the Blue Jays 9 and the Red Sox 1. Back now here at Rogers Center, and here's Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. 8 of their hits have gone for extra bases. So they're not only putting the ball in play and getting on base, they are doing so with authority. And that has this dugout feeling awfully good about themselves, guys.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Digging in to try it again, Steve Austin. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
0-1 count. Here it comes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Austin is simply an all-around great defensive outfielder. Not only does he have great range and great hands, he's also got a plus arm, one that base runners and base coaches certainly have to be mindful of.
Absolutely. When you are in the meeting room preparing for this guy, it is the first thing that jumps off the page. Do not take the extra base.
Back up the middle. And that is by him on into center field. So good hitting on 0-2 nets him a leadoff single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Stepping into the box, Trevor Phillips. He singled his last time up. First delivery to him on the way. Line drive, base hit to right. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound and they are just going to ambush tactics and it seems to work for them, or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting up.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. At the plate, Aiden Pierce. And he might get them all home as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Gone! It's a grand slam. So one swing, and he unloads the bases on that one. First home run of the campaign for him as they just continue to pour it on here. Ryan Brazier is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. Into the box, John Tanner, as he rips it on the ground to second. He's got it, and a good throw gets him one gone. Ready for another shot now. Simon Pearson comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. First pitch coming, here it is. A bouncer to the left side. He's got to hurry. Throw just does get him at first as he was really moving that time. But hold on here now. They quickly requested some time to take a look at the replay, and they may decide to challenge that out call. And indeed, they will elect to challenge the call. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will review the play from all available angles to come to a final decision.
So here's one last look at that replay from another angle. There has to be indisputable evidence in order to change the call. And boy, I'll tell you what, I just don't see it there. I'd be pretty surprised if this challenge works out for them in this case.
Headsets coming off. Here comes the decision, and he is indeed out as originally called. So they lose the challenge and the ability to use any further challenges for the rest of the game. Digging in, Max Payne. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far, and looking to add to that here.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat is second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him
around first, digging for 2. Well, you can see why these fans are so excited about this rookie.
Yeah, Matt, just a nice piece of hitting by this youngster. Not only does it look like he's going to be a solid contributor, it looks like he may be an impact player at the big league level for years to come if he can continue to learn and develop. He looks good to me.
At the plate now, Bill Williamson. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Benintendi is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate and they push across 4 runs. On now to the top of inning number 4. The Blue Jays on top, 13-1. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit. First pitch of the at-bat. Way behind that pitch. It's 0-1.
If this offense is going to be this aggressive, I'm going to expect this pitcher and catcher combo to expand the zone.
in there, and it's 0-2 now. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
And he falls behind 0-2.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning. Standing in, Rafael Devers comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
0-2 count. You could do just about anything.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. And as you can see, they are way behind. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Digging in, Kevin Nash. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. Big swing, and this one's launched to right field and deep. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him as this lead got even wider. To the plate now, Steve Austin. Devers fields it cleanly. On the first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. And there are the final numbers for the Boston starter. Not the opening day he wanted to have, unfortunately.
Well, this one's really easy to dissect. Too many pitches left over the heart of the plate. 3 bombs allowed in this one. He's going to have to do a better job of throwing quality pitches down the road.
First delivery to him on the way. Swinging a hard hit ball down the line in right. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. And he is into second base with a double. His 3rd hit this afternoon.
Well, he was definitely not looking off speed on that pitch. I'll tell you, he had to be sitting on a fastball on that one because it's coming in hot, and he still manages to get out front of that and yank it for 2 bases.
Standing in now, Kevin Stewart. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Gonna be a tough play. Throw just in time as he was flying down the line that time.
And that is what you're going to get when you've got a flamethrower coming out of the bullpen. And when you're late on a fastball and you make contact below the label, all of a sudden, you're holding some new fire with it.
Stepping in, Aiden Pierce. He's already got 4 RBIs in this one. First offering on its way. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And the off-balance throw is right there for the 3rd out. And a high degree of difficulty on that one as the side is retired. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. Toronto leads this one 14-1. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Well, Matt, I talked with manager Alex Cora during the break about his thoughts on the Red Sox hitters to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping up now, Jose Peraza. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Striding into the box, Christian Vasquez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Comes set with the 0-1. Popped him up. Pearson in foul ground. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Striding forward now is the DH, Michael Chavis. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Just a tick behind for a strike.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to.
And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. A ball that's carrying. Just missed a home run to the deepest part of the yard. It's off the wall. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
Now batting, the first baseman, Josh Ockimey.
In now, Josh Ockimey, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Chavis stands at second with 2 gone. Popped up. Payne is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Heath Hembree gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Set now for the bottom of the fifth. Ready once again, John Tanner.
The designated hitter, John Tanner.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Benintendi. 1 out. Striding in, Simon Pearson.
Simon Pearson.
First pitch coming. Here it is. To first. Scooped up. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Into the box now, Max Payne. 2 home runs and a double to his credit thus far. Having quite the game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pulled hard, but it's foul down the first base side. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. That's through for a base hit, and he's putting together a monster line in this one. They just can't get him out.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get it triple.
Yeah, that's you said it, D-Row. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Set. Here it comes. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit hard on the ground to second. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at all to make a play here, so despite the effort, the inning will continue.
The right fielder, number 21, Kevin Nash.
So now to the plate, Kevin Nash, as this is grounded foul off to the left. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. But this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Blue Jays leave a pair. But you can forgive them as they still hold an enormous lead. Here's Mookie Betts. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And it's fouled away. And he fouls this one off. Fouled off. The next 0-2. Fouled away. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Right fielder giving chase. And he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Dan, And that can't bother you too much as a pitcher. Guys swinging first pitch.
Now, one of the things you want to do, D-Rose, you have to try to get ahead with the first pitch. You want to throw one of the first 2 pitches for strikes. Unfortunately, sometimes when you bring the ball in the strike zone, you're bound to give up some base hits, but hopefully he can minimize the damage here.
J.D. Martinez comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Snap throw from the catcher.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The 0-2 delivery. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch hit down the third baseline. Benintendi leads off first with 1 away. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? And what's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
2 men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that'll bring up the shortstop and one of the better 2-strike hitters in baseball, Xander Bogaerts. First offering on its way, and it's fouled away. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Red Sox leave 1, and they remain well behind. Digging in now, Steve Austin. He's set and the pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Here's the 0-1. Line drive to center field. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Wow, not sure what the pitcher was thinking, serving up a fastball right over the heart of the plate. His eyes got as big as saucers as he blasts this thing, putting himself in the scoring position to start off the inning.
At the plate, Trevor Phillips. In the air to right center and carrying well. Way back there now. And gone. Home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. First home run of the campaign for him as the blowout continues. At the plate now, Kevin Stewart. Into center field, line drive base hit.
Boy, talk about having a day, D-Road. He gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it. He's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
Hit hard to short, and that finds its way through for a base hit. Oh, but the feet of the shortstop is off the mark.
I mean, there's no secret right now. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everybody wants up at the plate right now. They're feeling frisky. They're all pulling the trigger early, and it's working.
Into the box now, John Tanner.
And he puts it on the ground to second.
And that's through into right field for a base hit. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second.
Man, I think I've run out of superlatives to talk about their offensive production in this one. Some teams don't score 17 runs in a 4-game set, let alone in one game here. It's been incredible.
Darwinzon Hernandez gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys.
Hernandez.
Stepping in now, Simon Pearson. No balls and a strike to count. Runners are at first and third with none out. Drilled right back up the middle, and that'll just elude his outstretched glove for a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his third run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup, and that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bomb, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
Max Hayne will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. A dive, but it's off his glove. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
This is just bordering on ridiculous now, guys. 19 runs in one game. To say that they're having some success at the plate would be like saying some kids are excited at Christmas.
Standing in now, Bill Williamson. Now a swing and a deep drive to right. And it's gone. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game as they just continue to pour it on here. Called the pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. To the plate now, Kevin Nash. And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. Oh and 1, here it comes. Swing, and this is also hit well out to deep center. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Making his way to the plate, Steve Austin, and we'll see if he can get something into the gap to make it interesting. He's had a great game so far, but needs the triple to complete a cycle. First delivery to him on the way. Hit sharply on the ground, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit. He'll get it into second, and this will wind up a closer play than I thought, but he's in there with 2 bases.
Some guys just lay back and watch that first pitch go by no matter what. Work the count, make the pitcher waste a few pitches, but when he serves up a fastball like this on the first pitch, it's hard not to go after it. And that's just what he does. He jumped all over it.
Into the box, Trevor Phillips, as he's well in front of the curveball and comes up empty there for strike one. He's had a great game so far, and a triple would complete the cycle. Comes set, and the 0-1. Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a two-run shot to left center, his second of the game, as this lead got even wider.
Well, when a manager talks about hitting being contagious, that is exactly what we're talking about. One guy tees off, and the guy behind him starts to feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more focused. The next thing you know, you've got 3 home runs in an inning, and your entire offense is off and running.
So now to the plate, Kevin Stewart. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field, and that is off the wall. And he'll reach second now with one away. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day. In now, Aiden Pierce. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. Already 4 RBIs in his pocket to this point. Ready with the 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center.
Waiting on it is Benintendi.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Next will be the designated hitter, John Tanner, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First offering on its way. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats.
Man, he wants that swing back. He'll be thinking about that all night. He crushed that ball. He just needs to stay back a little longer.
0-1 count and the pitch. Squared that one up just a little late. Has a look, now the pitch. Fly ball right down the line in left. Martinez is there to make the catch, and mercifully the side is finally retired. But not before an even 10 men come around to score here as they break this game wide open. We're through 6 full. The Jays are out in front 24-1. Here now is Rafael Devers. No hits to this point.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. Here it comes. Down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
I'll tell you, it's hard to get more of a confidence boost than striking out the best hitters in the lineup back to back to back. He's looking really sharp right now.
Stepping into the box, Jose Peraza. 0 for 2 for him to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, strike one. Swing, and he pops him up. But this will land untouched. And he fouls this one off. Count remains at 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up, drifting into shallow right field. And he will make the play. 2 away now. Now to the plate, Christian Vasquez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball taken a little under the letters, called a strike.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in these ABs. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced so far.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Stewart will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Red Sox. And as you can see, they are way behind. Last half of the 7th here, so here's the cleanup hitter, Simon Pearson. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single. At the plate, Max Payne. He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's looking to make this a very memorable ball game as he's already 5 for 5. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Going back is the center fielder. Gone! Two-run shot to straightaway center. His 3rd home run of the ball game as the blowout continues.
Well, talk about having a day. 3 home runs in one game. We've heard about the hat trick in hockey, but it's awfully hard to do that in a baseball game.
Josh Taylor enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Josh Taylor.
Standing in now, Bill Williamson lifted the other way out to left center. Martinez on the run, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he is into third with his 4th hit of the ball game.
It's rare to hit a triple, but he's knocking on the door of history right now. In addition to that 3-bagger, which is the hardest one to get, he already has a home run and a single, so if he gets a double next time up, he's going to have a cycle.
At the plate now, Kevin Nash popped him up. Akami has room in foul territory, and he brings it in on the warning track. Striding in and working on a terrific performance in this one, Steve Austin. And we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line.
He was absolutely all over that fastball. Have to find a way to keep that fair.
0-1, here's the pitch. And he swings here and sends one in the air deep down the right field line. And this is taken in shy of the wall, but that should be plenty deep to score the run. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
Well, this ends up being a sac fly, but you gotta love the effort out there. Sacrificed his body to make that catch, and I'll tell you, that didn't feel good. Probably saved extra bases by making that play.
Ready to take his hacks again, Trevor Phillips, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and did miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So 3 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors, and no one left on base. 8th inning coming up. The Jays lead it 27-1. Coming to the plate now, Michael Chavis. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
First pitch coming, here it is. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
The bottom third of the lineup hasn't put up a lot of resistance in this one. Pretty much has been sure outs other than that one hit. That really puts a lot of pressure on other guys to make stuff happen. These aren't the guys you usually count on, but it certainly helps if they can do something productive.
Pitch on the way. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Fouled away.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, Mookie Betts.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Mookie Betts. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's fouled away. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Hops this one up, just beyond the infield on the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
I'm not sure if this happened or not, but sometimes when you're playing behind a pitcher who's doing all of the work himself, you get caught up a little bit in kind of a trance and you get lulled to sleep out there. Looked like to me he was caught a little off guard when the play came his way.
Runner at first following the error, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Andrew Benintendi. First offering on its way. Betts leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Now a swing and a fly ball. And it's a foul ball. And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ball game, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox, and they remain well behind. Digging in and looking for more, Kevin Stewart. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Kevin Stewart.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Taken high and deep to right. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting.
At the plate, Aiden Pierce. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 0-1 the count. As we head toward a conclusion in this one, I think it's fair to say that it's going to be a long time before you see a team perform like this again at the plate.
Yeah, the ability of this lineup to hit that many home runs, I mean, strewn throughout the line, it screams to the modern day of baseball. The 3 true outcomes. These guys aren't worried about hitting singles. They're trying to stop traffic over that fence.
D-Roy, it can't be better said. I think the day and age right now for pitchers is you have to approach just about every pitch like it's a 2-strike pitch. No get-me-over curveballs, no get-me-over changeups. Every pitch has to be thrown with a purpose.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard up the middle. Bogaerts lays out. What a stop. How about that? The defense on display on this beautiful diving stop at short. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Here's J.D. Martinez starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
From the stretch. Hit in the air down the right field line. And foul. Grounder down the line at third. Reined in. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. Back on it is the left fielder. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. It's a solo shot for Xander Bogaerts. First home run of the campaign for him, but they're going to need a few more here as they're still well behind.
Yeah, all things considered, it's been a day to forget for them. So this homer will be a welcome to everyone in that dugout. Maybe this gives them a little momentum going into the next game.
Stepping in now, Rafael Devers. Popped him up. Pierce has a play. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Next up for the Red Sox, Jose Peraza. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. First pitch on its way. 0-1 pitch on its way. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. Chop this one right side. He's got it. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and the Blue Jays move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a guy to go out there and battle. It doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but just good enough to get the job done. Well, this guy, he was a heck of a lot better than that, going the entire 9 innings, saving his bullpen, and getting the win.
27-2 the final tally today. Toronto jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Arthur Morgan earns his first win of the season, striking out 12 in the process. Chris Sale permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
Rogers Center this afternoon, 49,200.